me included. And when the campus isn't doing too hot, it's the little things that catch fire. So DSG, the incredible student government it is, decides to hop on the college trend of sending the marriage pact to a beleaguered campus of latent, horny, party-deprived students. For those of you who weren't here, the marriage pact was designed by 2 Stanford students as a final project for an economics class. It consisted of an algorithm for stable marriages that would filter through the profiles and find each student their most compatible long-term partner. Yeah, a backup plan in case both people end up single later in life. What could go wrong? Yeah. Like most of my peers at the time, I got into it. I thought it was funny. How could I not? I encouraged friends to fill it out. I mean, there's no harm in filling out a few innocent questions. As I got closer to the final day of submission, I soon realized that I'd actually have to fill it out. It isn't mandatory, but it'd be kind of weird if I didn't. But I wasn't too stressed yet. But so on the night it was due, I went over to my friend's apartment where we'd each fill it out. I mean, that sounds good so far, because, that's an activity. Yeah. First friend's form, done. Second friend's form, finished. Yeah. And it's at this point that I realized that we'd actually have to fill mine out. I knew all the questions at this point, and I knew why I'd been getting, why I'd been feeling for the past few weeks, but especially in the past hour. My stomach had been getting uncomfortable, painful actually, the type of pain that causes that type of discomfort where you can't really sit still. Yeah. I remember it quite vividly. My friends were sitting on the couch, and I was on the floor, but I wasn't directly looking at them. I had decided that eye contact would make me more liable to answer the form's questions that they were filling out for me. Yeah. First few questions, easy one. Pronouns, she, her, hers, duh. I don't exactly remember each question in the beginning, but I do recall the question that I enjoyed the most. What's your sexuality? They asked me. I laughed. They laughed back. We all laughed. I didn't answer it though. No one ever asked me that exact question. I was a junior at this point, and my best friends were, for over 2 years at this point. I'm not the most open person. Well, I'm better now, don't worry. But it's not like the conversation never came up before, but this was just like the first time that I couldn't pass, I couldn't skip it. Earlier instances of this issue unfolded in various ways. Strategy number 1, avoid conversation at all costs. Strategy 2, make a joke or answer the how big is it question as if you really care. Freshman year, I answered the question of who's your type or any potential love interest multiple times with, I'm autosexual. Yeah, who the fuck is autosexual? I followed up with a joke. I once even said that every time I look in the mirror, I have an orgasm. People would laugh. People would move on. I pretended that no one felt my discomfort. The classic self-deprecation tactic in which one uses a joke in the face of stress and or trauma to help manage painful or difficult emotions. Yeah, coping mechanism 101. Yeah, this time I couldn't pass. They began to press me harder. What should we put down? And I began to shed a tear. Maybe two. They clearly felt my discomfort. I wasn't looking at them at this point. My head was buried in between my legs, and my hands and my armpits were wet. And after they pressed me on the same question 10 times, I realized, I couldn't take it anymore. So I demanded that they take me home, and they knew that they fucked up, so they didn't object. And they lived off campus, and I lived on. Yeah, the car ride back was tense. No one talked. I don't remember it exactly, but I do recall slamming the door when we arrived, and I thanked them. Yeah, why would I? They clearly pressed me on the one question that I didn't want to answer. And I don't care if they knew. Because of course they knew. They were my best friends. They know me better than I know myself. But still, some things are just not okay. A few days went by. I tried to act angry at first, but I couldn't keep it up. They knew they fucked up, but they low-key knew that I couldn't keep up my angry bit forever, so after a few days, I began responding to their texts and then their FaceTimes, and by the end of the week, I went over to their place for dinner. Everything was fine at first. Well, yeah, not really. Yeah, an hour into our night, I found myself falling on the couch. I told him I was gay. I laugh about the whole incident now. I make jokes about all of this with my friends. I wrote a submission for Too Monologues, so, I'm fighting! But when my parents ask me to show them a tour of my room, I say I'm too tired. Yeah, I'll show you later. Yeah, there won't be later. There will never be later. Yeah. God forbid they see the fucking rainbow flag that my gay roommate put up in our room at the beginning of the semester. Yeah. For fuck's sake, why am I secretly happy that my parents won't be visiting me until the last day of school for the semester? It's at this point that I realize the flag could be taken down or stowed away, because I'll be moving out because I'm going abroad in the spring. How can one be out to her friends, to strangers, on job applications, diversity? Yeah, but can't be with her family. How can I kiss a girl at Divines in front of total randos, but make sure to temporarily turn off my Tinder account when I'm home? Because, for sure, my parents would somehow find out that my chummy is women. And you know what the best part is? Wait for it, it's funny. It's not like I'm from, Mississippi or Kansas or something. If I were from Kansas, then at least I'd have an excuse. I'm from New York. Yeah, my parents voted for Biden. They're liberals. Yeah, the liberals who posit questions with, they wouldn't assume that I married a guy. Oh, and my older siblings, even more liberal. My older sister loves talking about like her gay friends with the family. My older cousin is also gay, out, and like has already exposed my family to their first gay relative. So like I wouldn't even need to deal with that. I mean, closeted kids would kill for my scenario. Like I have them back. Yeah. So why haven't I come out to my family? I don't know. It's not like I haven't tried saying anything. I'll do it when I come home from beach week. Yeah. Yeah, nope. In hindsight, that was too soon after I came out to my friends. I'm still processing it all. I'll do it when I come home from my trip to visit my friends in DC midsummer. No one wants to have this conversation during the summer. I'll do it when I go back to school. Yeah, this time actually had potential, a plan. Like, I actually thought I was going to say something. But no, my parents would probably be too sad about me leaving, so I best wait. I'll do it when I come home from my cousin's wedding. Yeah, on second thought, yeah, I can't distract from my cousin's wedding. The nerve of me. I know. You don't need to tell me. I know all the adages. I've watched all the movies and TV shows and read the articles. Love Simon. Hits different. Yeah. And love Victor. Spoiler alert. If Victor, the son of Latino, Catholic, financially struggling parents can come out to his parents, then easily I can too. There's no perfect time. They'll love you regardless. It doesn't have to be like some big conversation. Just like casually say it one day at dinner and then move on to the next conversation topic. Is what my friend has tried suggesting numerous times. She's since given up on suggesting new advice though. Yeah. It's on me at this point. I'll do it soon. I promise.